Good morning and welcome back to the Squad Up Summit. Welcome back to the Brick by Brick podcast with Ronald Pauleus. It's been a little bit. Life has been hectic, and so we've had to pivot on our schedule, but we are back, baby. And I want to talk to you today about things I learned at Squad Up Summit 2026. Amazing things. Network with a bunch of people, made great contacts, had great conversations. And so I'm here to do a review, a reflection, and I'm here to inspire you. I'm here to fire you up on this Sunday morning. I'm here to make sure that you realize you can build a life worth living brick by brick. Yeah, you got to be consistent. Yeah, you got to keep going. Yeah, it's hard. Bricks aren't light, but you got to realize on the other side of building is treasure, something that's totally worth it. And I want to share some things that changed me, challenged me, and made me go, ooh, ooh. I gotta show you these. I got three. You can see that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 pages of notes. 7 pages. And this one, I called it I labeled it, what's your unfair advantage? And I just started talking about things I feel I have that give me an unfair advantage. Put Jesus, Joanna, Ava, Rose, my church, community, leaders, mentors that have poured into me, stage presence, communication skills, people skills, being a dreamer, visionary, integrity, core values, my health, being an encourager, leadership skills, forever learner, consistent, hungry. You can't teach hunger, baby. Responsibility, motivator. I put a doer of hard things. Thinker, networker, focus, negotiator, first generation American, first generation Christian, prayer, the scriptures, resilient. I got opportunity and I'm a builder. I put a comma because I know I'll run into more things. Why did I share that? Because people don't realize you got skills, you got a story, you got experiences that give you an unfair advantage if you leverage it right. I want to talk about why I went. I went because I needed to get into the room with people doing the thing. I wanted to get in a room where I would be inspired and challenged and fueled. I didn't go to attend an event. I went to connect. I went to be poured into. You see, you need to get in a room where bigger vision is normal, sharper thinking is normal. Courage is normal, and execution is normal. It was expensive to go. Paid $1,000 for my ticket. I had to fly there, which was, I think, $700. I initially was gonna get a hotel. Excuse me. You can tell these aren't edited. I was gonna get a hotel, and that was gonna be, I think, $900 to have my family. Last minute, we couldn't go, so it was just me. Ended up finding a friend, and I just bunked in his room. And in fact, 3 other people bunked in his room, so I was sleeping on the floor. I did whatever I needed to do to get there because I realized you got to get in the right rooms. Podcasts are amazing. YouTube's amazing. YouTube is poured into me. I can't tell if there was a Goodreads app for YouTube, you would see how many times I've gone through a YouTube. I've listened to Alex Hormozzi's videos probably 10 times, and they're hour-long videos, some of them. And I've listened to them probably 10 times. Yes, 10 hours of my life. YouTube has its place, but at some point you got to get in rooms where you can see real people, touch real people, feel the energy and environment and the hunger and the passion of real people in front of you, so that can brush off onto you. Because you got to get this: who you're around matters. What people talk about matters. What gets celebrated in a room matters, because rooms influence and build culture. If you're only ever in rooms where people talk and complain and my life is not good and things aren't going like they should be and I'm not making it this and that, and guess what? That's going to be an outlook on life. That's going to be your outlook. You're going to be a complainer. You're not going to see opportunities. You're going to see reasons to complain. But if you get in rooms where people are handicapped, I saw a couple at Squad Up Summit who were deaf. Deaf, yes. They cannot hear. There was an interpreter right there the whole time with them, interpreting. And you know how many things are lost and left? They didn't hear the passion. They didn't hear the hunger. There's so many things that they didn't receive, but they were still in the room, though they were deaf. I don't know what's stopping you from getting in the right rooms with people doing the thing, getting in rooms where people's Tuesday look like your dream day. But you need to make it happen. If you're waiting until you're ready, you never will be ready. You never will be. Was I ready to have kids? No. I got 2 of them now. Was I ready to get married? No. But I think, 5 years in now. I'm going on 5 years. Was I ready to start a business, get into real estate? No. But guys, if you wait until you're ready, you never will be. Why? Because there's always more things to learn. There always is. We are finite human beings. We are finite creatures. There is always something else we can learn to perfect a skill, to sharpen a skill, to get better at something. Always. Michael Jordan, if he remained in his prime, meaning he had the same level of energy and he kept on playing to this day, he still would be sharpening his skills. Hypothetically, let's just say he never missed a shot. You think, oh man, that's awesome. He never missed a shot. Guess what? He still had to get better at passing, at rebounding. There's always something else to get better at. And if you wait until you're better, that might never happen. So many people are waiting until the right things fall into place. Waiting until this and this happen. But guys, you need to realize there are rooms right now where people are taking more action than you and they're less educated. They're taking more action than you and they're less resourceful. They're taking more action than you and they cannot even hear. Why'd I go to Squad Up Summit? Because I'm not ready and I need to get in the room with people who are doing the thing. One of the statements I listened, I could probably do a whole series on this. Let's see, Barbara Corcoran, probably just butchered that. I know I did. Can you tell I didn't watch Shark Tank? Here are some notes that she shared with us. This is $1,000 worth of ideas, way more. Let this sink in. She shared with us, perception creates reality. There are 2 kinds of people at work, expanders and containers. She said, look for great people everywhere. I thought that was insightful. She talked about how she'd be at a hotel and she'd meet a really fine receptionist who was exceptional at his job, or encouraging and happy and reached out, all the things. And she'd say, hey, I'd love for you to work with me. And in fact, she shared that I think she hired a receptionist at another hotel that she was at. I was like, you're good. You come work for me. And he did. He took the plunge. The guy got so good, he became the CEO of her competitor. She said, you got to be able to see, you got to be looking for great people everywhere, because you never know when you'll train the next person to be a competitor. They get so good. And she said, that guy generated millions for me. And she was happy that he got so good that he became CEO of another company at what she helped him get good at. She went on to say, number 4, hire happy people, fire the complainers. Fun is good for business. Doomsday never comes. And she said this, bad times are the best times to move ahead. Ooh. She shares her story of how she went to New York, and just ups and downs. Had a I think it was a husband. Had a husband who said, I'm marrying the receptionist and I'm leaving you. Heartbreak. Boom. Went to New York. Boom. It just up and down. Things didn't work. And then finally she had her big breakthrough. She sold the business for $66 million. And okay, kept pushing on. And then another downspout. And well, she's in real estate. And guess what happened in 2008? 2006, 2007, 2008, 2009. She sold $1.7 million worth of real estate, or in 2008 and 2009. How do you make money in real estate in a market crash? She said this, it stayed with me. She said, I realized the golden goose was me. Some of you are blaming the reason you're behind on everything else. You're looking for the golden goose when the golden goose should be you. Who else is going to change your situation but yourself? Who else is going to lay that brick but yourself? Who else is going to make it happen but yourself? She said the golden goose was me. And that stayed with me. You know what that communicated to me? It's told me, hey, Ronald, everything can be going, you could be deaf. Everything could be going wrong. You could be handicapped. You could not have this and not have that resource, not have that connection, not have this connection. And you could still make it. You could still build a life worth living brick by brick. You could still push forward. You could still climb the summit. And I'm fired up this Monday, as you can tell. During my time there at Squad Up Summit, I joined the elite club called Owners Club. It's a higher community mastermind, whatever you want to call it, with Pace Morby. Was I ready? No. Did I even have the money? No. But I did it because I know I wanted to fast track where I was heading, where I am heading, with people who are doing their thing at a higher level. And you'll realize there's always a higher level. You could always keep climbing. You could always get better. You could always join more communities. Why? Because we are finite beings and we can always get better. But people don't realize action produces clarity. And I said to myself, I need to just join this so I can start producing some clarity. I need to get on what needs to be getting on. So I joined Owners Club. I said, I'm the golden goose. I'm going to make it happen. I'm going to push forward. I'm going to press on. I'm just looking at these. This is so, the worst times are the best times to move ahead. You're building your confidence through failure. These are Barbara words. Uncertainty breeds innovation. You have to get good at getting back up. Man, if you're not fired up this Monday, I don't know what will fire you up. Guys, girls, men, women, there's a life you could build that's worth living. 6 months from now, you could have something totally different. 6 months from now, you could be kicking it with your kiddos at a zoo, going to a museum, going to brunch on a Tuesday. You could be having influence on people's lives you never thought you would. Tomorrow, I'm meeting with an organization that helps teens get housing. They age out of adoption. They age out of orphanage. They become homeless in 6 months. And I'm going to be networking with them to try to provide a solution for housing. I'm going to try to present a co-living model that will help teens. And then I'm going to try to get these teens plugged into church to give them resources. 2 years ago, I never thought I'd be doing this. And here I am strategically moving pieces together, using all of my resources. I'm a Christian. I'm a pastor at a church. Okay, I love teens. I have teen Bible study. Okay, I'm a real estate investor. I'm an entrepreneur. I'm a networker. I'm a connector. Okay, I got properties that I'm building, 5-bedroom houses. Teens are going into homelessness. They can't afford a house. They can't afford a rent. They can't afford a studio apartment. But there are grants out there that will help these teens getting to housing. Okay, what if I have a 5-bedroom house with 3 baths that can house these teens, and the grant pays for them $700 a month, $750 a month. We can get grants for that. I get five in a house, or if I make it just all one house, boys, girls, then I could bunk them in rooms, right? Two per room. Now I'm getting 10 in a house at $750. Guys, that's $7,500 a month from one house that I normally would have probably just gotten $1,000 for, or on $1,000. Or not 1,000, but 2,000, 1,500. Now I'm cash flowing insanely, paying off my mortgage, serving the community, helping teens get off the street and not go to the street, helping teens get plugged in with the church that will build them, pour into them, give them stability, give them resources, give them community, help them become citizens and humans that give back and become fully aware of who they can be in Christ Jesus. And now I'm helping an organization, a nonprofit that does not have the tools, that does not have the brains, that does not have the resources to do what I'm doing. Why? Because they're a nonprofit. They're not trying to make money. They're trying to help. I'm trying to make money. It's the people who are trying to make money who usually make the world a better place. Why? Because I exchange value that is needed and wanted, and I receive dollars for it, and I'm incentivized to keep doing that. Oh, my good quality rental house will rent quicker than the slum landlord who just... I know people who I just let somebody walk my house today, and they told me, yeah, all the houses we've been looking at, they don't have closets. And I try to ask a clarifying question because I just cannot conceive that. Wait. Did you mean they don't have big closets like mine, or they don't have closets at all? She said they don't have closets at all. Guys, what landlord says, I'm gonna rent this house and there's not gonna be closets? I'm gonna let this have mold. I give value, and now I'm helping a nonprofit fulfill their mission. I'm fulfilling my mission. I'm helping fulfill the church's mission. Guys, I'm helping fulfill the youth's mission, not to be on the street, and helping them dream better and bigger. Two years ago, I wouldn't have been able to do this. I wouldn't have even been thinking about doing this. But here I am with vision and with clarity. Guys, if you don't start building brick by brick, I've said several times it's about building a life worth living. I leave that vague because it's large enough to encompass what anyone can think of a life worth living. But here's a qualifier. Life worth living is one that points you to God. It's one that points you to your purpose, but also it's one that helps you serve others. The golden goose was me. You got value you can bring that if you don't bring it, other people won't benefit. I'm not sure how this networking will go with this organization. I'm not sure if they'll buy into the vision that I have. I'm not sure if they even have all the teams that could benefit. I don't know where they're at. I'm just jumping on a whim to see what I can do. But 6 months from now, let's say it goes forward and I have 5 homes, 2 boy homes, 2 girl homes. I'm having ministry partners pour into them, give them resources, give them food, clothing, deodorant, helping them learn about financial peace, budgeting, giving them a bus ride to church. And it's all filled. 10 a home, that's 50 teens off the street who wouldn't have resources. Guys, you need to build so you can serve others. I gotta run to a networking thing right now. Meeting with Oxford Housing, sober living model. And we're gonna see what it looks like to partner. Guys, when you bring value, you don't realize how much lives you can change and make a difference in. Start building that life worth living brick by brick.